PJ Harvey is?
People often ask this, and all I can say is that no, it never feels like adopting characters. It never feels like I'm having to act. I don't feel like I have to mentally think myself into some sort of position to be in. Everybody is pulled towards different avenues in life that, for some reason or other, this is absolutely what I feel I should be doing. There's no doubt in my mind because it's absolutely like breathing.
I was born in the desert. I've been down for years. Jesus, come closer. I think my time is near. And I've traveled over dry earth and floods, hell and high water, to bring you my love.
I do steer away from talking about lyrics because to me the beauty of music is that anybody takes exactly what they hear or need from it. And also it certainly isn't an autobiography, and I wouldn't even be interested in showing my personal life to people. I'm very private, and that just wouldn't interest me at all. I would cringe at the thought. And people that know my work know that I switch, and some records I write purely in third person, and I'll cast a character first or third person according to the intensity I want to get that song across with.
To bring you my love.
Excuse me. Do you know who PJ Harvey is?
Yeah, well, I'm Polly Harvey, PJ Harvey. Music at its best is only a reflection of the life that we are leading and the life that you observe, and you just reflect that back. As an artist, I feel the role is to just be some sort of mirror to the world we're living in, and through that try and offer many things to people, whether that's comfort and acknowledgement of somebody else feeling similar or understanding, or just a document. Sometimes it's just important to witness things. It's important to witness suffering and to have music and lyric as a witness to something happening.
How is our glorious country flag marked by iron plows? How is our glorious country flag marked by iron plows? Our land is plowed by tanks and feet marching. Our land is plowed by tanks and feet marching. Oh, America, oh, England, oh, America.
a lot of original, what I call original blues music, so people like John Lee Hooker and Howlin' Wolf and Bo Diddley and Muddy Waters, and all of that was what I grew up on, really.
My baby got the train, left me all alone. My baby got the train, left me all alone. She know I love her, she done me wrong. My baby bought the ticket, lost her right on.
Well, my very first band was with one of my best friends called Catherine, and we were called the Polecats. We'd studied music together at school, and so our first band was actually me on acoustic guitar and she on penny whistle and flute. And we played our own songs, we did, and we also played Irish folk songs, and we did covers of Bob Dylan and Rolling Stones. I don't think we did Satisfaction. We were playing Dead Flowers.
Take me down, little Susie, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, and you can send me dead flowers.
It's got all the vocal harmonies. We both sang harmonies and Bridport Gym interval, we used to play at things like the local village halls weekend hops. I'd keep asking if we could play in the interval spots because there were a lot of bands that would come and play. We did play at local leisure centres and things like that. When I was about 17 years old, John Parrish, who has become a lifelong friend of mine and somebody that I continue to work with. In fact, he co-produced White Chalk, and I was 17, and I remember very vividly him putting on the album From Her to Eternity in his front room, and he played me 2 tracks from it. And it was just one of those moments that I felt everything change. It was as if the ground had been taken away under my feet and I had to start again, and it helped me find my own voice and allow me to express myself in the way that I wanted to but felt was wrong, I guess, up to that point. And suddenly anything seemed possible. And the very sound of this record and my other favourite Bad Seeds record, which is Your Funeral, My Trial, they have such a very particular atmosphere to the whole piece of work. And later on I learned that Flood had produced and worked on both of these records, and I think that they were also both done in Hansa Studios in Berlin, which is notorious for having been an incredible place to work that kind of added a magical quality. Stella Marie, you're my star.
A friend of mine, the guitar player in the band, Jeremy Hogg, had been to a party with a mutual friend, and Polly was there with the guitar singing songs, and he came back and said, I met this girl, got a really good voice, you should have a listen to her stuff. And sure enough, she was coming to see us at gigs, and she started giving me tapes afterwards.
John actually grew up in Yeovil in Somerset, which is the neighbouring county to Dorset. But I first became aware of him when I was about 17, I think. And there used to be a really wonderful local music venue which went under the name the Electric Broom Cupboard, and this was in Sherborne in Dorset. And every weekend there would be bands there. There was a good local promoter that get bands to come and play from London and Bristol. John was living in Bristol at the time, and he had a band called Automatic Lamini that was probably one of my favourite bands to go and see. That's how I was first aware of him.
In your blue, blue tavern, you light my lantern. Oh, Stella's large pink on her face. It's glowing displays. A place for heroes only.
Well, that was the very first gig I had with my 3-piece band, which was Steve Vaughan and Rob Ellis. that was the initial stages of what actually became the first record, Dry. And I think it was our very first show, and I was being paid £50, which was a lot of money back then. It was a publishing company were having a sort of field trip, and I don't know what the connections were, but we ended up playing, and they actually said they would still pay us, please stop playing, after about 3 songs.
Stella Marie, you're my star. I pin you to my chest, sell you to the rest. I kiss her gown, send those angels down to woo me now. Think I see her smiling, think I see her smiling, think I see her smiling, think I see her smiling. Go, go, go,
Distant sound of the combine harvester, does this remind you of home?
Oh, yes. That's what all they've been doing lately, isn't it? It's chopping down corn and making hay bales and straw bales.
A bit of fertilising's been going on, as you can
nice,
come across on the
nice
radio.
Nice smell up here.
Yeah. So you're back in the country now, are you?
Well, we got back off tour December last year, so I've been at my home since then, and just working on new songs for a new album.
But not working too hard, though.
Well, yeah, working pretty hard, because John and I made this album in
March.
Yeah, March time, in over a couple of weeks. That's Dancehall at Louse Point, that album. And then I've
It's Louse Point, is it?
Louse, yeah.
Is there such a place as Louse Point?
You'd better ask Mr.
There
Parrish.
is, yeah. It's but I don't know whether it's pronounced Louse Point, but it's spelled Louse Point.
Yeah.
It's on the Long Island Sound somewhere, really small place. I couldn't find it on a map, but nicked it from a painting title.
Oh, I see. Right, but who's painting?
It's de Kooning.
Oh, right, yeah. Actually, I say, oh, right, on this occasion I can spell de Kooning, although if you said name 3 of his works, I'd be in serious trouble. So, yeah, you're quite, I mean, you're both into painting then.
Yeah, I was.
Do you paint yourself?
I was more of a sculptress when I was at art college. I just did a foundation course, and I was gonna go on and do a degree, but then went into music instead.
So do you ever sculpt?
I still do, yeah. I live on the coastline, and I collect lots of stuff that gets swept up on the beach every day. And it's great because every day you walk out and it's just completely different rubbish that's been washed up, and made quite a lot of things from that.
That's one of the things my dad told me about living in the country, actually, was that was how you appreciate the kind of daily change. I mean, not as radical as that, but each morning you go out. I mean, I go out and walk the dogs, as we euphemistically call it, and every day when you walk down the road, there is something slightly different. So when something really radical happens, like a field getting ploughed or a harvest getting harvested, it seems really rather an astonishing thing that's taken place. And
I think you really notice that in the country, don't you? Every single day it's so different.
And I remember everything. Sunrise on a blue horizon. You, your hand in mine. I remember the things you said. I'd be a lady right through it all. Be there to catch you after the fall. Run through the red light out of my hair. Run from the darkness into the day. And I dream of running, and in the dream I myself could run, and I feel the ground beneath my feet, and I move like music. You move me like music. Head out of my way. Head out to red light. Hold on, the dream says. Head out
that I don't scream.
You don't like talking about your songs, do you, really? You just like them to...
Not really, no.
Oh, OK, well, we'll move on to something else then.
I saw a dodgy-looking feminism number 5 down there as
Oh, did you? Actually,
better,
yes,
better
it
ask
is.
John about that one.
All right, OK, what let's see, what does it say here?
can
Weird
answer that.
music. Oh, yeah, well, go and tell us about the sort of music that you grew up listening to then, for those people who don't already know the answer to this.
Who, me or John? Or
Well,
both?
either one of you. You start, seeing as you're nearer.
All right.
We'll work our way down the bench from the left.
Well, my mum and dad have always played music. It's just so important to them all day, every day. So I was listening to what they were playing, which was a lot of Stones, a lot of Beefheart, a lot of John Lee Hooker, loads of Bob Dylan all the time. He's a sacred name in our household.
Have you ever met him?
I didn't. We supported him last year at one show, and I didn't meet him, but my mum came out especially for the show, and she shook his hand.
Oh, she was dead knocked out with
She
that.
was. I think she keeled over after that for a little while. I have such admiration for him and for all that he's done. I mean, especially when I think about when he first went electric, and there was so much criticism of him at that time, but he really sort of knew what he was doing was right for him, and he just carried on doing it.
Right, so what do you think, what are you listening to at the moment? Do you listen to Britpop, for example? Do you
No,
listen-
I'm completely... wouldn't be able to name very many bands if it
Well,
was
I'm
a
never quite sure where
questionnaire.
Britpop begins and ends, but I mean, you
No.
must have heard Oasis and Blur and Pulp.
On the radio, yeah. Doesn't do anything for me.
I've just uncovered some late evening sun is getting in your eyes, but just behind there in the gap there are a couple of tapes of Beefheart which you'll never have heard. And I'll do you copies of them. Those,
That would be
because
great.
there was a legendary Beefheart gig. I mean, obviously you're not going to learn much from the tapes. We'll have all allow you to handle them. You can feel.
Not Beefheart live.
Wow.
It was his first tour in this country. I didn't know I'd got them. I genuinely didn't. I know people always say that. Found them in an attic.
Harp cry, harp smiling, shiny moon wide low. Give me room, ain't no time to rock no boat. Give me room, harps in time for playing on.
So, and you spoke to him recently, Polly, is that right?
Yeah, well, he phoned because of Eric Feldman, who's a great friend of mine and also a friend of Don's, because obviously playing in his band for many years. He phoned, got my number off Eric because he just wanted to say he liked what I was doing, and we just talked about everything for about 2 hours. I just kind of followed his
Strange,
line,
dislocated
his
conversation.
dislocated line of conversation, and I learnt an enormous amount from him. He was just full of enthusiasm to tell me about things I should listen to, things that he thought I would like to see. I wanted to know what artists I liked, and just
Did he recommend? Are you talking about music, I mean, or just artists?
music as well.
What did he recommend then?
Mel Torme was one.
Yeah, Mountain Greenery.
And that was the one.
Mountain Greenery.
That was the one. I think he.
Paints the scenery.
Yeah, that's the one he pointed out that he thought I should.
I'm pleased that you can recognise it from my version.
In fact,
and-
since I talked to him, I've actually done a cover version of a Mel Torme song with Eric Feldman for some strange Lounge-a-Palooza record that's coming out in America. And we did.
What did you do?
What was it called?
Zaz Turn.
Zaz Turn Blue.
So what else did he suggest you should listen to? I know we're supposed to be talking about you.
Yeah,
but
we were
it's-
talking a lot about voices and what makes a voice special, because it's nothing to do with singing ability or anything like that. And so we were talking about Elvis and John Lee Hooker. I once read something that was describing hearing Elvis's voice as like he was singing with every part of his body. It's like you could imagine what movements he was making through his voice, and I thought that was a really good description.
Well, I suppose people could say the same of your voice, if we can bring the conversation back to you, because your speaking voice doesn't really give much indication of how you are once you start your crooning, does it?
No.
I mean, all kinds of strange noises coming out of there. And your speaking voice is quite mild and relaxed. And
Yeah, I suppose it's the classic unable to converse and speaking very well, so that's why I end up writing songs and playing music, because it's just another side that I can't let out in any other way.
You snake, you crawl, you snake, you dog, you fake, you liar. I burn my hands, I'm in the fire. You salty dog, you filthy liar. I burn my hands, I'm in the fire. You snake, I ate, I true believe. Put rotten fruit inside of me. Oh, Adam, please, you must believe that snake. Put it in front of me. That snake. Put it in front of me. In front of me.
Oh, I haven't. Hello.
Bernard, hey, come on down here. Bernard. People think we set this up with the sound effects disc. Cue the sound effects disc of dog entering room. Bernard, go on, off you go. Go on. See, look how wonderful I am with animals. St. Francis of Stowmarket. One of our dogs was sick during one of your songs. I don't know if you caught that.
Which song was that?
I think it's the third one. I don't know the titles yet, but he'd been out in the road eating grass because we were all standing in the road listening.
So
he'd been out in the road
under the window.
And the rather revolting.
One of the dogs came in during one of the songs as well. I don't know if it was the same one that was then sick afterwards.
It's unrelated, I'm entirely sure. Right, well, I can't think of any more penetrating and frightening questions to ask you.
Thanks, John.
Okay, well, thanks for
having us in your lovely house.
This week with Lauren Laverne.
There are some radio stations that have to make a right song and dance about live sessions. Here at Six Music, it's just a way of life.
I'm with Benjamin Clementine. How are you?
Good, thanks.
And colleagues on Six Music, over to you. I'm joined by Lucy Rose in our live room. How are you?
And we're spoiling you this week with no fewer than 4 days of performances from the Six Music Live Room.
With Liars,
Ghost Poet,
Queens of the Stone Age.
and beginning Monday morning from 10. With Dee Dumbo.
Lauren Laverne. Weekday mornings from 10.
On BBC Radio 6 Music.
I lost my heart under the bridge to that little girl. So much to me, and now I moan, and now I holler. She'll never know just what I found. That blue-eyed girl, she said no more. And that blue-eyed girl became blue-eyed whore. Down by the water, I took her hand, just like my daughter. See her again.
When you make a record, you make it as well as you possibly can for what you desire as the maker of it, and then you have to let it go. I've been someone that's tried to experiment with what I've been doing and go in different directions, and if people recognise that and acknowledge it, then that's great.
And he was walking in the garden, and he was walking in the night, and he was singing a sad love song, and he was praying for his life, and the stars came out around him. He was thinking of his sins, and he's looking at his songbird. He was looking for his wings. there was trouble taking place. Taking place.
Excellent stuff from the new LP, Is This Desire? Genuinely so. I mean, I know that's the sort of thing that you say in kind of press releases and so on, but genuinely so.
I feel that was one of the highlights for me, but only because it was such a difficult record to make and put out. And, you know, it's a very difficult record, and I'm just glad that I did push myself and stood by it. Said, no, this is how it is. This is what I want it to be. And it didn't win a lot of favours, and not many people bought it, but I was really proud of it. I really liked that record, and I think it's one of the records I pushed myself most on.
Their sweetness. Is this desire enough to lift us higher, to lift above? How long by hour may we two stand when we're dead? Between these lands the sun set. Behind his eyes, and Joe said, is this desire? Is this desire enough to lift us higher, to lift above?
Six Music. This is BBC Radio.
Six Music.
BBC News at 1:30, I'm Nikki Cardwell. A special mass has been held in Barcelona for the 14 victims of the twin terror attacks in Catalonia in northeastern Spain. The country's King and Queen and Prime Minister attended the service at the Sagrada Familia. The Archbishop of Barcelona read a message of solidarity from Pope Francis.
El Santo Padre condena una vez más la violencia ciega.
Once again, the Holy Father condemns violence, which is a very grave offence against the Creator, and he prays to God for help so we can continue working for peace and harmony in the world.
Por la paz y la concordia en el mundo.
And Catalonia police have conducted searches in the Girona region as they continued the hunt for a Moroccan man suspected of mowing down pedestrians with a van along Las Ramblas. Iraq's Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi has warned Islamic State fighters in the northern city of Tal Afar to surrender or die as government forces begin an offensive to retake the territory. Tal Afar is one of the last remaining strongholds for IS in Iraq. Groups representing the elderly have welcomed government moves to tighten restrictions on cold callers who try to defraud people of their pensions. Those found guilty could face fines of up to £500,000 for contacting older people without prior permission. A fleet of ocean racing yachts has just set sail from Liverpool in the Round the World Clipper Race. The teams of mainly amateurs will compete over 40,000 nautical miles. Sir Robin Knox-Johnston, who was the first man to sail solo, non-stop around the world, is the race founder.
I think there's a sense of adventure in people, and they want to do something a bit different, a bit special with their lives. They want to do something they can turn around and say, I've done that, and be proud. I think watching them sail away, I sort of feel, yes, I would quite like to be going.
And investigators in Essex are trying to work out what caused a huge blaze at a packaging warehouse. Up to 100 firefighters managed to get the blaze in Basildon under control overnight. 6 Music News, your next update is at 2:30.
This is BBC Radio 6 Music. 6 Music. 6 Music.
I'm Polly Harvey, PJ Harvey.
Through my bad fortune, off the top of a tall building, I'd rather done it with you.
The winner of 2001 Technics Mercury Music Prize is PJ Harvey.
Unbelievable in my life have all taken
I remember it well. Obviously, it was a very surreal day. I woke up in Washington, D.C. to see the Pentagon burning outside my hotel window because we were very close to where the Pentagon building was. And spent the day gathered together in one room with all the people I was travelling with at the time, my band and crew, watching the television all day to see what was going to happen next. And so the whole day was consumed by that. And I do remember being down the line to the Mercury Prize when I'd won on the end of the telephone and actually seeing armoured tanks going up and down outside the building because there was a lockdown in the city, so we weren't allowed to move out and we were due to be moving on to our next show. It was a very, very strange day.
Look out ahead, see danger come. I want a pistol, I want a gun. I'm scared, baby, I wanna run. This world's crazy, give me the gun. Baby, baby, ain't it true? I'm immortal when I'm with you, but I want a pistol in my hand. I wanna go to a different land. I met a man, he told me straight, you gotta leave, it's getting late. Too many cops, too many guns, all trying to do something no one else has done. Baby, baby, ain't it true? I'm immortal when I'm with you, but I want a pistol in my hand. I wanna go to a different land.
It never feels so much as reinventing to me. Personally, it feels much more like my desire to learn always is what carries me into new areas. I've, again, always been like that. I like to pick up new things, learn new things, and I want to learn something new every day. That's the sort of person that I am, and so it leads me on to always playing with things that I've never encountered before, including the way I can use my voice.
White chalk hills are all I've known. White chalk hills will rot my bones. White chalk sticking to my shoes. White chalk playing is a child with you.
With White Chalk, I spent a lot of time talking to Flood and John, who were co-producing the album with me, about trying to create a different sound, a sound that we hadn't heard before. In fact, Eric Drew Feldman, who was working with us on that record, and he said I was trying to reinvent the wheel, which I loved that analogy, because in some ways it is preposterous. You can't change everything about what you do or about the nature of music, but I was certainly trying to use sounds I'd never used before and not rely upon familiar sounds. So I did outlaw a few instruments like bass guitar and a normal setup drum kit, and wanted to find bass frequencies from other places. For instance, John, Flood and Eric humming with the tape sped up so it would come back really low. Everything. It was an album of experimentation largely, and that meant that sometimes things didn't work and sometimes they did, and it took us quite a long time, didn't it, before we started to know what it was supposed to be sounding like. I'm not really a churchgoer at all, but I used to go to church at Christmas with my grandma once a year, and I can remember standing next to her singing carols, and that's always what I would actually call my natural voice. That's a Polly voice. That's Polly's voice. That I have this very simple kind of girly voice, and a lot of the times I get right away from that, and have done in the past, and in some ways it's almost like embracing a true voice, really. I'm probably a songwriter much more than a musician. I literally don't play instruments at all unless I'm writing. I never touch them. And they just come in as a writing tool that I need in order to put words and music together. If I can play anything, well, it's probably a saxophone, funnily enough. I studied it for, age 11 till 17, took grades, and I don't know why, I just suddenly developed an aversion to it. Can't bear the sound of it anymore. Maybe one day I'll like it again and I'll do a saxophone album, but at the moment I just can't bear the sound of it at all. I think every record is a response to the last in some way. Yes, it's very instinctive, although it sounds planned that I almost have to set up these fierce rules of I must not repeat myself. It's not as regimented as that. It's a very natural thing for me to jump into an entirely different feeling because I instinctively want to do that. I have an energy to do that after and because of the piece of work I've made before.
Six Music. A prolific and masterful songwriter.
It's a very natural thing to jump into an entirely different feeling after and because of the piece of work I've made before.
Today at 1.
I'm Polly Harvey. PJ Harvey.
The story of PJ Harvey in her own words.
Interviews rediscovered from the BBC archives.
I feel the role is to just be some sort of mirror to the world we're living in.
And then from 8, join me, Tom Ravenscroft, as I present PJ Harvey live from Green Man Festival.
When I am playing in front of a crowd and I can see people's faces and I can see their reactions, that means more to me than anything.
In what will be her last UK show of 2017, today on BBC Radio 6 Music.
For me, I've developed a way of working over the years that requires an awful lot of research and preparation in order to be available to the chaos of the moment. For a long time wanted to write an album like this, and ever since quite a young age I've been very interested in what's going on in the world, not just my own small world. But I knew that I needed to wait until I had the skills as a writer with which to do it, and I instinctively knew that I wasn't ready before the last 3 years, which was when I began to write this record, because the language has to be right. I didn't want to do it badly, and so I wanted to wait until I felt that I'd had more experience as a writer and would be able to carry it off. Originally I was looking for a place in Berlin because I found that city interesting, thought it would be a good and inspirational place to be, but I couldn't find anywhere, any recording studio that felt right for these songs. And you know straight away when you step into a room whether it's going to be right for the body of work or not. And then a man that runs a local church to me as an art centre mostly now, although it's still used for funerals and christenings, he just said if I ever needed anywhere to rehearse, I could come there. That's how it happened.
The scent of time carried on the wind stings my face into remembering.
I had to do a lot of research through history, and as I began to look at Afghanistan, I realised quite quickly I had to go back through the years, and I ended up entrenched in the First World War, quite literally, for so long, because it was so utterly interesting and shocking to me, but particularly the Gallipoli campaign, and Battleship Hill is a hill in Gallipoli.
On Battleship Hills, caved in trenches, the hate will feel it still lingers. Even now, 8 years later, cruel nature, cruel nature.
I read as much as possible, obviously history books, but also as many first-hand accounts as I could find of any conflict from any era, and tried to look at both sides, from both sides from a soldier's point of view, but also from civilians that had been involved in the war zones. And I use the internet a lot to look at first-hand accounts again, or even people's blogs that they have written. Looking mostly at what was at the time our contemporary wars, which was Afghanistan and Iraq, and just exploring the history of what had gone on in those lands before, because I quite quickly realised in order to gain any understanding of what's happening now, I really needed to know the history of what happened centuries before in those lands.
I've seen and done things I want to forget. I've seen soldiers fall like lumps of meat, blown and shot out beyond belief. Arms and legs were in the trees. I've seen and done things I want to forget. Coming from an unearthly place, longing to see a woman's face. Instead of the words that gather pace, the words that make good murder. These are 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 the
These are the words that make murder. These are the words that make murder.
I've seen and done things I want to forget.
Words that make of murder.
I've seen a corporal whose nerves were shot,
Words that make of murder.
climbing behind a fierce gun sun.
Words that make of murder.
I've seen flies swarming everyone.
Words that make of murder.
Soldiers fell like lumps of meat.
Words that make of murder.
These are the words of these dead lingering skunk. Flies swarming everyone over the whole summit peak. Flesh quivering in the heat. This was something else again. Our fear could not explain the words that made the words that made murder.
What if I take my problem to the United Nations?
What if I take my problem to the United Nations? What if I take my problem to the United Nations? What if I take my problem to the United Nations? What if I take my problem to the United Nations? What if I take my problem to the United Nations?
What if I take my problem to the United Nations?
What if I take my problem to the United Nations?
Well, the Prime Minister's still with me, as is Andrew Pearce of the Daily Mail, and also Polly Harvey, PJ Harvey, who's
Hello.
going to be singing for us and who won her second Mercury Prize recently for your new album. Polly, this is the tradition of the singer-songwriter taking a big political subject, in this case Britain and war, and making music with it. So it's going right back to the 60s in some respects.
In some respects, you could say that. I mean, I think the early 60s was the last time that political agenda through music was at the forefront, and it hasn't been for many years, or if it has been going on, it hasn't had a platform with which to be heard. I think that's also largely the case. But I feel very hopeful, very optimistic that an album like mine was chosen at this particular point in time.
Well, David Cameron will certainly enjoy the first line of the song that you're going to sing for us. Goddamn Europeans, it starts.
Goddamn Europeans, take me back to beautiful England and the grey damp filthiness of ages and battered books and fog rolling down behind the mountains on the graveyards and Dead Sea captains. Let me walk through the stinking alleys to the music of drunken beatings, past the Thames River glistening like gold hastily sold for nothing.
Being in places that I don't know forces you to reevaluate everything and reevaluate yourself and gives you a very good perspective, I think. I enjoy that, and I enjoy that very much as a writer as well, how that changes your writing and just opens up my eyes to so many parts of the world I'd never see otherwise. I think it's a really healthy thing to do.
How to stop the murdering, or where we should have learned. If we don't, then we're a sham. Bad overwhelms the good. Bad overwhelms the good. Oh, 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 oh. What I've seen, yes, it's changed how I've seen humankind. I used to think progress was made. We could get something right. We could get something right. Enough is enough. A lot in the sand. 7 or 8,000 people killed by hand. They stepped off the edge. They did not step back. If we have not learned by now, then we're a sham. When we first got to the camp, supplies were not enough. I saw a displaced family eating a cold horse's hoof. A cold horse's hoof. Oh, 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 oh. We set up tents, brought in water, airdrops were dispersed. But I saw people kill each other just to get there first. Just to get there first. Enough is enough. A lot in the sand. 7 or 8,000 people killed by hand. They stepped off the edge. They did not step back. If we have not learned by now, then we're a sham. What we did, why we did it, I make no excuse. We got things wrong, but I believe we also did some good. What we did, why we did it, I make no excuse. I believe we have a future to do something good.
Just feel it's inexhaustible, really, the amount of music and songs there are yet to be discovered, and things that I want to try doing and experimenting with that I just haven't even begun to touch on. It seems endless to me, and it's something that I love so much that I can't imagine not wanting to do it. You know, sure, I want to try other things, I want to do other things, branch into different forms of writing, but I think that songwriting is such a strong part of my soul, I can't imagine ever not wanting to do that. For me, music music and poetry can be as persuasive and as powerful as a fine speaker and a fine speech. As an artist, I try to make sense of the world through my work. I just try to get something down, look at it up close, from different angles. Get ready to hear this remarkable artist perform her remarkable music at Green Man, here on 6 Music.
This is BBC Radio 6 Music.
BBC Radio 6 Music.
6 Music.